2016 was a great year for gaming, but it also had its fair share of controversies. Last year, Konami was stirring up the gaming community, but this year, it looks like the controversies are a little more diverse. So hold on to your butts, because here are our top 10 video game controversies of 2016. The fact many people think that the representation of female game characters might sometimes be a little offensive or sexist is not a surprise. This also occurred in the case of Blizzard's Overwatch character Tracer. One of her poses was a little too butt-centric, according to some gamers. One of the players complained about this, and Blizzard reacted by removing the whole animation from the game. The woman stated she doesn't want her child to grow up with this kind of imagery. A lot of gamers reacted by stating that they are not offended by the pose. However, representatives of Blizzard decided to remove the pose anyway because they want everyone to feel strong and heroic in their community. What's your opinion on this controversial decision by Blizzard? It sucks when somebody talks shit about your favorite game. However, some gamers are a little oversensitive when it comes to the review scores of some of their most beloved titles. Fans of Uncharted 4 started a petition to erase the Washington Post review of the game from Metacritic because it gave it a 4 out of 10. Even the game's lead voice actor Troy Baker signed the petition. Of course, a 4 out of 10 is a bit on the low side, though we think even fanboys have to respect a reviewer's opinion. Another controversy was the Doom gameplay videos made by Polygon. The videos showed that the person playing the game was really bad at it. It caused quite a stir and led to fans being afraid about the quality of the upcoming review. Polygon explained that they received a copy of the game quite late, and they somewhat rushed out to post the videos. While it's good to be first, let's not forget to look at the quality of the gameplay too, guys. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth was the latest victim of Apple's harsh guidelines for their App Store. The iPhone and iPad version were rejected by Apple due to the violence against children depicted in the game. The founder of the development studio behind the port tweeted, "Come on, what the fuck, Apple?" causing a small uproar questioning Apple's guidelines again. Up until today, the game hasn't been released on iOS platforms because of the strict guidelines. We've also seen Apple rejecting and banning games that included the Confederate flag in the past. Let's hope Apple becomes a little more relaxed when it comes to censorship in the future. A 26-year-old Saudi gamer was surprised when Sony locked down his PSN account. He used the word jihad in his PSN name, which means something like holy war in Arabic and is often associated with Islamic terrorism. The kid, however, couldn't help the fact that jihad also happened to be his real name, which he wanted to use for his account. In the aftermath, Sony contacted the Saudi gamer and insisted that he would change his username, and thereby losing all his friends and trophies. However, he would be able to keep his purchases. PSN users normally can't change their username, so Sony made an exception in this case. It was rumored that the Saudi gamer wanted to go to court over this problem, though we haven't heard anything about this incident since. Bad luck, bro.
Our UAV is online.
Fire Emblem Fates for Nintendo 3DS might be the best game that handheld got this year. However, the Western version was not entirely the same as the Japanese one that was released a year earlier. A drugging scene was scrapped by Nintendo. During the scene that the female character Soleil gets some powder slipped into her drink by a male protagonist without her knowing. The powder lets her see all men as women and vice versa. Nintendo probably just wanted to be careful with this beautiful game. Instead of having this scene and the possible discussion it would spark overshadowing its legacy. Good or bad choice? We don't know, but at least the game didn't spark a negative uproar, right? "2016 was the year of Pokemon Go, and a lot of you guys probably played the hell out of it. It was and is still a fun game to play, though it did stir some controversy over the year. Not everybody was happy with the huge success of this augmented reality game. Some thieves used the app to lure victims into an armed robbery, which is pretty nasty. But the app also sparked some more innocent controversies, like the Norwegian politician who played Pokemon Go in Parliament during work hours. The game also caused quite a hassle in the Dutch town Kijktown. The town wanted to be the Pokemon Go capital of the Netherlands and even erected a Pokemon sign. They quickly backed out of the idea because of the damage gamers were causing to the nature surrounding the town. Gamers even destroyed street lanterns to charge up their phones while playing the game. People really go crazy about Pokemon in the Netherlands.
When I was born, my parents thought me a boy and raised me as such. In time, we all came to understand I was truly a woman.
Baldur's Gate expansion, Siege of Dragonspear, included a trans woman character and a one-line joke reference to Gamergate.
Really, it's all about ethics in heroic adventuring.
After that, critical gamers started to harass and insult staff members and developers of the game. The critical gamers saw the inclusion of the character as political correctness and LGBT tokenism. It's too bad that the whole Gamergate discussion reared its ugly head again this year. Can't we all just get along?
It is the truest reflection of who I am.
This is what I'm wearing. Hi, it's one of my favorite bikinis. Actually,
Zoe Berger, also known as the Bikini Streamer, was banned a couple of times from live streaming service Twitch. You might know her as the person who played Black Ops 3 in a bikini. Well, she was actually keeping a low profile for a few months because of an upcoming official Twitch convention, but nonetheless got banned because she wore a costume that was deemed too sexual. She came into action and soon her story was spread all over the internet.
hi there guys. So, we did it. We made it to 1 million subscribers and I don't know what to say, almost.
The controversy gained Berger a lot of followers, making her one of the most popular female YouTube streamers out there. Now, that's making the best out of a bad situation.
Hello to anyone who's joining my live stream for the first time. I like to play Call of Duty and I also like to twerk. I know it's kind of strange. You're like, why the fuck is this on YouTube?
This is the galaxy, and every one of those stars is its own solar system. It's like 18 quintillion planets.
No Man's Sky was probably the most anticipated and most hyped game of the year that turned out to be pretty boring. The British developer of the game, Hello Games, couldn't keep the promises they made in interviews. The biggest problem was the multiplayer mode being absent in the final game, while gamers were looking forward to conquering the universe together.
Will you be able to play with your friends?
Yeah, where two people do actually find themselves on the same planet. We want you to be aware of that. We want those moments, you know, I would describe it like Journey, like Dark Souls or Journey. A little bit like Journey or Dark Souls.
Also, graphically, the game was less impressive than advertised. The huge dinosaur-looking creatures from the trailer were nowhere to be found. Hopefully, this disaster will teach other developers to be more careful and not make promises you can't keep.
You could encounter other players. The reality is, the likelihood of that is tiny.
And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto, so I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to check it out. But we were betting on it today, and I won a pot of like $69 or something like that, so it's a pretty small pot, but it was like the coolest feeling ever.
Two YouTube gamers were heavily criticized because they were promoting a betting website. That on its own isn't the shocking part, but the fact that these guys owned the betting website themselves is. The gambling site was built around the popular multiplayer first-person shooter Counter-Strike Global Offensive, better known as CSGO. At the gambling website, it's possible to get skins for your weapons for real money, and believe it or not, some gamers pay a lot of bucks for these things. Both YouTubers posted a video showing them winning big prizes, luring gamers to their gambling site, without being totally transparent about them owning the site.
I've never seen... We won already! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Yes! Yes! That's the way. I like it.
What's the biggest gaming controversy in your opinion? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.